Now it's live. Now we're live, baby.
Titties.
Oh yeah.
Demonetized immediately.
Yeah. Apparently, it's what you say in the first 15 minutes that counts towards demonetization.
What you're saying is that if we keep it super G-rated for the first 15 minutes and then we start swearing like sailors, it should be all good?
Apparently.
Good. All right. Well, now that we've got a mission.
Yeah.
This summer, one Josh, one Jason, save the world. What do you think of the dug art so far? It's getting there. She's
Yeah, I like it.
Building it up.
Yeah, it's looking very artistic. I like it a lot.
Very, very, very artsy-fartsy.
That's it. Artsy fartsy. How long has she had to spend on that so far?
I think she's only just sort of started it. She hasn't done too much on it yet.
Yeah, nice.
Like, you know, whatever, man.
Yeah, man.
I think my lens is just a little wipe.
Hey,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, because, you know, this tiny little apartment, you have a shower and the steam gets through the whole place. It gets all over the fucking lens.
Mm.
Oh, I just swore straight away.
What?
I said I just swore straight away. Oh, man.
Oh, no. What's happening?
Oh, well.
Yo, Purple
Demonetized.
Potato. What's up, man? Welcome.
No money for us.
No. Well, you know, that's what we got Patreon for. So we don't have to kneel to the, you know, YouTube algorithm.
The algorithmic lords. The lords of the algorithm. This summer.
Yo! Did you
I gotta
see?
get a new silver dollar, man. One of my silver dollars just doesn't fit the shell. It's real weird.
Oh, that sucks because they're expensive
Must be
too.
it must be the year of it or something, because it's like real real annoying.
Ah. You see, Decking Around had Shin Lim on.
Really?
Oh yeah, you didn't see it. Yeah, they had Shin motherfucking Lim. Oh damn it.
Now it's really demonetized. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, we got no
I
hope
guess
now.
we should get Shin on this too, right?
Yeah.
Looking Around's a better podcast channel, though. If you guys are watching this, just leave us and.
Nice work, Purple Potato. If you said you ate potato, then you'd be a cannibal. So I don't know what you had for your dinner, but
Whatever he is,
Hope it
man,
wasn't
he's
that.
fast as beep, boy.
apparently the Rodecaster now can hook it up to be a beep button that also cuts your audio as you press it. So you can make a swear button.
Yeah, I
censor
would, but
yourself.
I'm also an idiot, so. Sounds to me like you'd have to do things that require some amalgam of like intelligence, and I don't know if you know this, man.
You know
but
what? Never
I
mind.
lack the intelligence.
Oh, that's all right, bro.
You're the stream guy, brother. I'm the video guy.
I'm just barely the stream guy. Like I made myself learn enough that we can get some kind of a stream going on.
Well, that's all that matters, you know.
But I must say, like, I don't know if I would have still kept up with this if we were doing it the old method where we were editing it, where I was editing it hard out when it was being recorded.
I don't even think I could have kept up with having to travel out to your place.
Yeah, true. So this is almost a blessing that you went to Sydney, which made us have to do this online.
It made us, I am pretty awesome at like, you know, making life count. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Okay.
You know, like I had a big old celebration for my birthday. My wife came back to town, and I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm struggling to even live.
It's amazing that your birthday party is meant to be tomorrow, but you've just had one anyway now. So now you're just gonna take it easy tomorrow.
No, I'll still have fun and stuff. It's just that it's more like, you know, Yuki came back, and then we had some friends that couldn't come to the party tomorrow. So
I'm gonna have to make you.
time with them.
I'm gonna have to make you take 5 shots.
Oh my god! Only if you do 5 with me.
We'll see. Here we go.
They're guys. They do magic. They are the Magic Guys.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 29 of the Magic Guys. And it's
You'll notice
just
that there's no Doug Con today. So, woo, thank God, right? Like, we do miss Doug. As you can see, he's still in the artwork at the base there. And he's slowly becoming a part of the artwork for realsies.
Yeah, that guy's out
hard at work.
He's out having fun right now, seeing Copperfield show, hanging out with Chris Kenner, storming.
You've been keeping up with his Facebook posts.
Yeah, what the
What a
heck?
lucky bastard!
I see why he.
Best life.
I see why he wanted to get married now. It was for the trip.
Nah, they look really cute together. Did you see his latest TikTok video that he made with the extreme burn? That was funny as.
Yeah.
I got $4 isn't enough. No, you forget who you're with. $400. Yeah, it was quite funny.
I like that a lot. That was cool. That was cool.
Such a young man's performance. But I love it.
But still, what dedication. He's on his honeymoon and he's still making a TikTok and getting his new wife to hold the camera.
I've got to be honest with you. I've been taking a bit of a break from the content stuff, only because I have some stuff in the works that I can't really talk about. But
yeah,
also on top of that, it's it's me birthday. Not yet.
Yeah,
well, it's my
buddy.
birthday week, but I'm 30. And 30 boys. Yeah, so I turn 30 and then after that I die. I think that's the next step, right?
Sounds about right. Yeah. Bob laughed out loud at his TikTok. Good. Nice. Bob, I hope you end up making that bow tie we were talking about on the Discord. Bob was saying how he wants Spidey to eventually appreciate one of his bow ties. And I said, well, he would if it had his face on it. And now that's become a thing. And now
they make bow ties that big.
The community,
big head.
yeah. Oh man! So now the community are behind him. They're like, "Yeah, we should crowdfund this, and it's going to be a thing." I can tell already.
Bob's doing everything right. I feel if you guys don't know who Bob is, he's one of our exclusive Patreons, very exclusive. But he's been doing everything right. I feel he's been working hard. He's making content. He's learning how to film and do editing, and he's taking advice, and then he's also doing all the things that he needs to get gigs. Really, I get the feeling that Bob will be a full-time magician in no time, pretty soon, in fact.
Yeah, man, and we're here. Hearing him say that when he was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to quit my day job," I was like, "Hell yeah, bro!" We're here to support guys like that.
Tugged at your little heartstrings, didn't it, Josh?
They're very small, but yes, the little heartstrings were pulled upon.
Little Josh's heart harp.
But enough of that. Sean says, "What is your favorite card opener?" Here we go.
My favorite card opener
is SpongeBob.
You know what?
Favorite card.
What is one of my favorite card openers these days? You're saying, you approach someone and then you do a thing to get their attention. Aside from a generic flourish and stuff, something that I've really enjoyed is I think it's called Revolution by Gregory Wilson.
Yeah.
You spin the deck on your finger. That lately, I've just been loving that. I don't know why. It's just so awesome. Just walk up and you're just spinning this deck on your hand, and it's great. It's a good trick.
Okay. And then once you get to the that's a good flashy opener. And then when you're doing your first whoa thing, what's that? I mean, I know what it is because I see you. We jam all the time. But for the sake of Sean, what are you doing?
It really depends on the group, man. It's always changing. Sometimes I'll do the card catch in the mouth or something, or I'll do here and there, or just really whatever feels good. My sandwich effect is always a good one to warm up with.
Yeah,
shoots across, super visual. Yeah, I think you just got to pick and choose, right? You find your audience, and then you choose the thing that will probably amaze them. If there's 10 people, for example, you need something that's going to play for 10 people, big and bam, and not having people trying to fall over each other to see what's happening.
Yeah, agreed. For me, if it's one or two people, I'll do the classic pick a card. They try to find it again. It wasn't it. Okay, put it in your hand. Then it changes in their hand. They react.
Yeah, here and there.
And now you're thank you here and there. But if it's like Jay said, a bigger group, then I want to put the attention on them. So I'll do, as I'm taking the deck out, I'll say, what's your name? which makes everyone listen when they hear someone say, "What's your name?" So they'll say their name, go, think of a card in the deck. And now everyone's like looking at them. It becomes a challenge. You put one card down in their hand. They name their card. You know, you say, "Would you be impressed if this was your card?" And like everyone's like, "Yes." And then you say, "No, well, it's not. I just wanted to see if you would be impressed." And then of course you end up magically making that card become their card. So I like doing that if it's a bigger group because it becomes more about them and the dynamic, and you can have fun with it. But I think that answers that question. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
there's so many options. There's so many options.
There's too many options, man. Like I don't even think you need like any one trick to open with. You just everyone's got their thing. I like having a fat amount of variety when it comes to card magic. Like I don't like just doing the same thing to each group. I like doing something where when that group goes to another group, they'll say, "You see that card trick? Oh, the one where he tore it and put it back together. What? We saw one where he like changed it in my hand." You know what I mean? Like, gets them all excited, and they can't reverse engineer it because there's now multiple different stories to tell.
Yeah, man. Now that we're at that point where we have that repertoire, we use it. We used it out of it and do different.
I remember when I was young, man, it was just here and there all the time. Just open with here and there.
Yeah.
Put the card in their hand.
It's a good one.
Turn it over slowly. You'd milk that moment, man.
Hell yeah.
Now that moment, I always forget how powerful that moment is, but nowadays I feel like it's a throwaway. I don't really like draw that much attention to that moment anymore because there's so much better stuff than I do.
Sometimes we forget, hey, like we got to remember that, hang on, this is the first time they're ever experiencing this. We've experienced it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But the first time you see it, it's like, you know, the first time you're doing a lot of things. It's amazing. Insane. Yeah. Adam,
I remember Josh on Free Magic Live. That was Josh's evil brother, Tosh.
Who had more hair than me. I was waiting for that line.
Did he though? Yeah, man, you're just burning yourself now. I've managed to beat you down so much that you self-burn now. You know, like.
Well, I'm going Eminem style.
You've got like Stockholm syndrome.
I'm going all 8 Mile, where you bring up all of your defects first, so that the opponent can't say anything else. But you know, my Free Magic Live I enjoyed my time on that channel and helping magicians with some, you know, easy to start card tricks and stuff. It's just not a thing that you can keep up so regularly with content, which is why it's, you know,
teaching
to rest.
Magic.
Teaching like easy card tricks or easy party tricks without, you know, taking it too far for that particular audience.
I don't think it's sustainable to become like a tutorial channel and stuff.
Yeah, and it did for 5 years, but now it's, you know, there's so much content on there. No one's
stuff. Like there was a point where they started repeating things. You know,
for sure. Yeah, like there's only so much you can teach, and
I think
people can,
you know, because the way I treat tutorials and stuff is, for now, I'm doing it to practice a style of editing, which I'm really enjoying, which I think is going well as well. It's being well received, but I don't want my channel to be known as like a place where you go and get free tips on magic. I just want it to be a place where you go and kind of hang out. I want it to feel like you can hang out, you know, like my channel is a place where we're hanging out, but you know, I like that idea better.
I like that too. Jesse, great point. I heard if you do a spring, that's enough for most laymen. It's a good way to show credibility quick in a setting where they're not sure who you are.
I used to walk up to audiences and say, and be like, that's called instant credibility. That was like a line that I used to use.
Yeah.
So.
Similar to how now Jace is doing the revolution. You know, that's showing a credibility moment, and the spring is a great way to do that. So it's a good reason to learn a spring.
After that. I get to spin it and then spring it.
Damn, man. And then you can say, is this a normal deck? Yes. You can go into well, how can I do this? Get a whole set going on.
Explain this, and then you throw it at someone's face. It wraps around their head like a face hugger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jason, name a card. Name a card. Anyone.
3 of diamonds.
Oh, totally wrong. Can you imagine
I was so
that?
close.
We'd never win because if we got it right, people say we set it up.
For a second, I thought it was like a white lions, and I was like I was going to try and read the mark, and then it was just a crappy first. A great first.
Yeah.
A great first for Mr. Chris Ramsey. If you're watching this, I did not say crappy. All right, that was Josh. Really, obviously.
Got some good comments. Bob does a Sybil variation. Sybil is great for an opener. I do sometimes. One of the many things that I'll do is one of them is a Sybil to find a named card. Bob does it. I've never seen Bob do a Sybil cut. You got to show us that in the next Zoom hangout. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't believe you.
I myself, I just prefer to do good stuff instead of Sybil. So, but I mean, it's different strokes for different folks.
Oh, damn. All right. Paul's busting out with the anacondas. Anacondas are solid for that as well. Love when they ask Paul to see the strings.
Paul has a YouTube channel as well, in case you don't know.
Paul, we don't all have the luxury of being able to do an anaconda, all right? So unless you're like Jason or our friend Marek or Paul with the fro, apparently, then please go ahead.
I've seen him in his TikTok videos, man. He opens up with the little anaconda before he starts. He's just like, all right, guys, I want to show you a quick card trick you can do on the fly.
Nice.
And then,
what's like
good, man. Paul's coming along though, if you ask me. I think I've seen him. He was posting on YouTube and stuff, and I think in a very short time he's learned quite a lot of stuff. He's doing some real good stuff, which is good. He does the Omegle stuff too sometimes, man. So
hey, well, good on you, Paul. Good on you. Imagine if like for your every opener you did like Anaconda.
You did Revolution, Spring,
Revolution,
Anaconda,
and then Flicker shot. Yeah, just every time.
And that's it. Like that's just your warm up.
Yeah, guys, gonna show you a simple trick. Here we go.
What a stressful way to open up, man! Holy crap.
Yeah.
Like the flicker shot's a funny one, man. It's like so hit and miss if there's like a slight change in wind. Like
yeah. Like every time I try to do it when we're out in the valley, it's just a nightmare. But when
it's funny
at home,
too, because I know that you can do it better than me, right? But whenever we go out, I nail it like first try, and you take like 5 times to get it, and then as soon as I try to film it, I just man, it takes me ages.
Like trying to get the real floating action in this room. There's dead air, so it's like I'm practicing all day. I'm like, yeah, sick. Go outside, no,
yeah. Tiny gust of wind. Somebody blinks, and that is enough to change the wind flow.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody blink.
That's it. Purple Potato says, finally we can flex on Josh and Anaconda. Well, you got me there, brother. How is everyone just able to do these? Because for whatever reason, I just...
How is everyone able to just do an Anaconda? I mean, didn't the Vert say it was one of their hardest moves to do? Like,
what the hell? What are your guys?
Well, you need to toughen up, brother. You need to toughen up and start learning how to do it. What are your favorite cardistry combos? Gee, what I have been practicing a lot lately is
you're gonna plug your own one, aren't you?
Triple one-hand cut. No, the triple one-handed cut with the revolution at the finish and stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
It's been good. Hard to do, but it's been good.
Yeah. Look, the most recent one I learned, which I've been doing in a lot of my videos recently, is this one, which is the one that Chris Ramsey teaches on his channel. Looks like this. And it's got a name. It's fairly easy to do because it's just one of those sideways ones. You're not like going up and down and stuff like that. Someone will put the name of it in the chat, I'm sure. And then the other one I've enjoyed doing is this one, which I think is called ATM, where you're just shooting one card off the top. Kind of fun to do.
Can you do like multiples? Like,
I mean, you can, but I don't know like what the benefit of doing that is. Oh, I didn't.
Just looks cool as.
I guess so.
It just looks cool. You do it to music, like the gunshots thing.
That's cool. Yeah, so they're probably the two that I've been enjoying playing around with and learning. Yeah, it's good fun.
The one-handed triple cut's been fun, man. It's just I don't know why I've been practicing it. I just started doing it because I was like, I should probably learn some more stuff, right? Like, I started doing it.
I actually use it in my sandwich routine when I have 3 selections taken.
Yeah, that's because you're better than me, you know.
No doubt. I just want to flex a bit more, and then so because the last revelation I do is I top shot the card into between the jokers, but before I do that, I say, look, your card was about 3/4 of the way down, so if I can remember where it was, I can cut it with one hand, and then boom, and I catch it inside.
I think you do a different version of the one-handed cut that I do. Yours looks like it's a false one or something.
Yeah, mine is completely
like
false.
Yeah, I think mine's like an actual legitimate sequence of cuts, you know?
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, this one's, that's probably a good point. Yeah, this one is fully false.
Yeah, just like your hairline. What? That wasn't very good. No, I need a better one. I don't feel good about that one.
No, that would be in reference to something being invisible. Then you could say like your hairline. I don't know what the benefit of that is, to be honest. What's the benefit of cardistry? Well, it's an art form, really.
No. Look, I got the perfect answer for you because this person is most likely a magician, right? And I think that cardistry is like exercise. Like the more that you do it, the better you get at handling cards and in awkward positions too. Like when you're trying to perform sleight of hand, sometimes you might almost drop the deck. And when you can do cardistry, it's just a quick save. You can actually just save it much easier. And I know that people that can't do cardistry, they handle decks of cards real awkwardly. Like it looks real awkward,
Yeah.
And I mean, I bet you do cardistry as well. Like if you are a magician, I bet you do it as well. You bet you do like a Charlier or something, which is, still cardistry.
Yeah. There you go. Yep, lol. And a lot of times people will have seen like Now You See Me or something, and it's getting more common that they'll say, "Oh, can you do the thing where you go," or "Can you do the thing where you throw the card around?" And we were in the Valley, and I think I have it on film, but the guy was like, "Oh, can you do that thing where the card goes like this?" And he basically described a flicker shot, and I was like,
"Yeah, I remember." We were like shocked. We were like, "What the?"
Like, you just so happened to ask the guy that like likes doing that move, and then I did it for him. And I might look for that footage because I know I have it somewhere.
It's a good clip. I put it in my stories. I think it was you and me. And
yeah. Jason calls a mulligan. What? I'm confused now. Yes.
A mulligan is when you like you get a hand of cards and you don't like it, so you shuffle it back and draw a new hand. It's like a thing for card games. Yeah.
This is all right, gotcha. Nice. So it's your birthday tomorrow. Is that your official birthday? Is tomorrow?
No, it's on the 10th, so it's on Thursday.
What a liar! Having your birthday on Wednesday.
Well, I don't normally celebrate my birthday. This is the first year I think where I am actually celebrating my birthday, and it's kind of a funny experience, man. Never been into it that much. But, I'll be old. I'll be dirty 30. Dirty 30.
Yep.
Dirty 30.
New era. It's a new era, bro. I felt good about turning 30.
I got this sick gap in my teeth, right? Look at this.
Nice. It's like a coin slot.
It's like real gappy, though. Like... It's getting bigger, I swear. I swear my gap's getting bigger. I know this is not relevant. I know this isn't relevant to the thing, but I woke up like, I woke up semi-hungover and, still making the content. No excuses. I still do it. Still do the work, but I'm getting distracted real easily. My brain's like running at 4% capacity.
From last night, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
It's good fun though. I dropped my shell.
Shit.
It gets that little it gets the bump in it, and then you have to like try and repair it. So I like sat there trying to repair it for like half an hour.
Yeah. You got to be super careful especially with expensive shells. Obviously you can do the thing where you put the silk in it, and then you have the coin. You go around it to like try and smoothen it, but is it ever quite the same after that first ding?
I mean, being a streetie, I try not to put too much value. I mean, it's weird to say, but I try not to put too much value on my props. I know that sounds super weird to say, but yeah, as in like, I want them to get dinged up and bumped and, messy and all that noise. So,
yeah, just not shells.
Well, the problem with the shell is that unless your coin set is immaculate, you're always going to have like some issues, right? Because if you drop your coin and it gets gets like a little bump in it in the wrong way, and now that coin will get lodged in the shell, right?
Yeah. Paul, you'll be called Paul with the no if that happens.
Josh had that joke lined up before the show, brother.
I wish.
Paul with the fro. Imagine that. Imagine you end up shaving it off and then you have to like restart your YouTube channel.
that would suck. That would, man. Just like Carrot Top said that if his hair turns grey when he's older, he'll be called, I lost it now.
Almost got it though.
Yeah. What? Oh, Cotton Top. That's what he said. He'll be called Cotton Top if he goes white. You know what I'm saying?
Carrot Top, man. He's a beast. Have you seen how like jacked that man is?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He got jacked, and then he said that he saw himself in a photo and scared himself. He's like, "Oh damn, I'm way too jacked," and then he started to ease off a little bit. Because
yeah, I do remember seeing him because I remember he used to be like a real skinny dude, right? When he was doing his comedy at like the height of it all.
I think
like a real skinny guy, and and then he got jacked randomly, and it was like, what? It looks so strange.
Yeah,
like you, Josh, you're jacked. You're jacked randomly.
Thanks, bro.
So strange. Strange.
I mean,
yeah. That vascularity, man. What the heck?
I stay fit, but I don't make it a point to get super bulky because there was one point.
I get that, man. I also stay as fit as as I can.
There was one point where right now in Australia where we work with kilograms. So currently I weighed like 88 kilograms, and there was a point where I weighed like 95, and then one day I hit 96 kilograms, and I remember wearing a suit, and it was a fitted suit, and I was walking like, like I'm really filling out the suit. And then I like had to take my shirt off, and I was working with a vest on, and I just saw myself in the reflection, and it's like, it was like watching a football player doing card tricks. I was like, this doesn't quite gel like I thought it might. So I started getting into cardio, and like, I just rather be have a toned body, but still like very free with your movement and everything. Anyway, so I can still backflip. And as Bob says, I can still be fastest, boy. You know what I'm saying?
I love Bob. Got a lot of time for that kid. But yeah, now
let's talk about the week that was. You went to any horror stories or any cool stories from your work?
I did actually. Our boy Millsy Eli came to Eat Streets.
Hey,
nice. He came to Eat Streets and he hooked me up with a couple of first V3s. Good deck. I don't know. I think it's the best of the first decks. And but while I was there, I was doing a show, and we were talking about like, what do you do when you mess up? And the funny thing is, I messed up. I dropped an orange as I was doing the productions and stuff. And and to his surprise, it did not faze me at all. Like, I just did not care. I was like, I just moved through the show. I still produced the melon, and I still made my money, right? But it was
nice.
It was like this nice teachable moment where it's just like, where I told him, I said, why would I care if I make a mistake, right? Like, if I care, then they'll care, And if I just like make a mistake, then it doesn't matter, right? Who cares? Who cares? Just do something else. Move on.
What a good lesson to see live.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people place too much emphasis on like, oh, what if I get the card wrong? What if you do?
Yeah.
Like, what if you do? Like, what are they going to do?
It happens.
That's it. I'm going home and beating my wife because you got the card wrong. There's no like consequence to it. It's like, it's a magic trick.
Yeah.
You make a mistake and okay. Yeah. No worries. It's like,
yeah, that's it. I'm trying to remember. There's a routine that I was doing on stage for a lot of last year for these school formals, and there's like 3 people in the audience, and the idea is that like I'm reading their minds, and then I say, now if that is what you thought of, if that's what you thought of, if that's what you thought of, sit down. And then just one night, one of them didn't sit down, and I was like, oh, and I just completely
just go sit down.
like I messed up what it was. So in that instant, if you're on stage, just always have in your head like a plan B that will allow you to keep flowing. So fortunately, the ending of this routine was like another prediction. So my stagehand realized what's happened, and they said what they were thinking of. And I was like, oh, interesting. Well, I think, you know what, we're going to come back to you. And then at the end, we just chucked in that prediction in there. So it still seemed like everything worked out. But at the time, I didn't worry. In my head, I was like, what the hell? I was like, girl, sit the F down.
sit your ass down.
Yeah. But sometimes things will sometimes things will just happen. And you just, as long as you don't care, they won't care. I think that's right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, if you like stand there and you start getting all sweaty and you're like, oh God, the card. Well, then they'll probably pick on you, because it clearly bothers you. Like, you've shown weakness.
Yeah,
I've gotten a card wrong before. I remember there was that performance I did for that table where I was doing the cards across thing. Do you remember, Josh?
Yeah.
And they they just kept screwing everything, every single part of it up. But I was just like, oh well, like I don't really care. Like every single aspect of that trick was screwed up, one after the other.
It happens, and a lot of times it'll unfortunately be the spectator forgetting what their card was, and they'll say the wrong one, even though you know to your core, like you controlled that card, you know what it is.
And you're not allowed to king hit him because that's against the law. So you have to like,
it's not like the old days.
You have to figure out alternative means of finding the card afterwards. So no king hitting. And I mean, you should. Maybe we could. Maybe you could get away with the king hitting.
We could try. Paul makes a great point. Sometimes the mistakes are actually what makes the best moments that you learn from and start adding in, and that's totally valid, for sure.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, there's definitely something to be taken away from mistakes, right? If you don't make mistakes, you're not growing. So
yeah, and sometimes like the thing you do to get out of it actually makes it better, and you're like, oh damn.
You also sometimes becomes a part of your worker after that, man. Like I've made mistakes where, you like drop a card or something, and then it becomes comedy, right? Where you like now you will deliberately drop a card or you'll pretend that you've dropped a card, so you can like do that thing that Josh does, for example, where you kick it back up and all that sort of stuff. It just becomes a part of your working repertoire.
David Stone was telling us in his lecture that he makes a little coin holdout on his shoe, so if he drops one in a competition, he can do this thing where he goes.
He kicks it back up.
And he flicks it and the coin flies up and he catches it. But now he does it like in every show because it's just so cool seeing a coin fly up.
It is pretty awesome.
He made that out of the necessity to have a coin fly back up if he drops one from being nervous or whatever. And I think that's where the best stuff comes from. Yeah. So I agree, Paul. Yeah, nice one.
Drop half your deck of cards. I love that one.
Nice. Did Eli do any magic when you were there as well? Or no?
He did a little bit of here and there, and then he did the Chris Ramsey card to mouth where the Joker switches with the card in the mouth.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice. Good. Very good. Very good, sir.
My friend Leroy enjoyed it. So. As long as someone enjoys it, that's the main thing, right?
That's it. So have you put something in place? Because you leave in only like a week or two. Brisbane.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay here forever, bro.
I thought so. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I can't leave this city. I love this city. No, I'm kidding. No, 16th, the truck will take all my stuff. I'll be here for like probably another week after that. And then, I'm out. And then I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah. Have you
got some goals, man? My 30s are going to be the best years of my life. I stand by that.
Yeah, buddy. I feel the same way.
It's all uphill from here.
Yeah, man. 30 is like you're a proper adult now. You've got some cash. You can really do some stuff. Like you've had 10 years of being an adult, learning about it, and you're at the peak. You're at your current peak of whatever profession it is you're doing. That's if you found the thing you enjoy doing by now. Some people don't, but I think
it's like what Doug said in one of his posts, where he said that reaching 100K on YouTube proves that you're never too old to follow a dream, right? And
oh yeah,
and which is very true. And then on top of that, it's I'm only turning 30. I still got like 2 whole lifetimes left in me.
30 is nothing when you think about
it.
Yeah, it's like
what I mean. Like I got 2 whole lifetimes. Like I've lived a long life already, and I still got 2 more of those to go. And I've achieved a lot in those 30 years. And that was with most of them being wasted having to go to school. Like most of my years being wasted learning how to eat food and go to school and stuff.
Yeah.
And then so I've really only gotten to experience the best of like 15 years maybe. Right?
You know what I look forward to? I look forward to us sitting back with Southern Comfort and Coke in Vegas at Magic Live. Having traveled internationally that Magic has allowed us to do. Just chilling there. Yeah,
bro, we'll be the guys in the future. We'll be the guys that people come to see. I swear by it.
We'll be the Magic guys that people come to see.
But we'll be the names, People will be like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to see Josh and Jace." That'll be how it goes. Trust me, people. Trust me. I have big plans for myself and Josh.
If things are planning out like we know what's planning out,
yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, it could be. In 2 years, could be some life-changing stuff.
Crazy stuff, man. Bloody crazy.
Sorry about that. I'm just dying before then.
Nice. Now, I told Jace already, but I've got a week off from flying this week. Don't have to go to Cairns. My friend,
they gave you some time off, or you just...
So because I have those 2 shows here in Brisbane, I have 3 gigs here this week, but that main one that's on Sunday, showcasing that new act I'm doing, was already booked in. So I originally, when we first booked all this, was like, look, I can't do this week. So our friend Mike Tyler Magic from the Naked Magicians is stepping in to do 1 week of it while I'm here.
Good performer. We like Mike Tyler.
Yeah, man. He's good. He really knows how to work a corporate audience. He knows how to just like entertain. That's what he's really good at.
Handsome dude.
And he's a handsome dude, yeah.
It's 40, right? Okay. Almost 40.
Almost, yeah. He'll probably hate hearing that. Almost 40, yeah. I think he's like 38 or something. So you're right. You're absolutely right.
But when someone says 38, all you hear is practically 40. So.
Oh boy, we got a while before we have to say that.
Yeah, luckily we got. Oh, it's about 35 where you're like, all right, I'm practically 40 now.
Yeah.
You know what they say though, man. When you were young, when you're in your 20s, did you feel like you were old then? Like did you used to say things like, "I'm getting too old for this," or just silly things like that?
I'm sure. You're like, I'm sure. Yeah.
You feel old, and then when you hit 30, I swear it's like you feel the youngest you've ever felt. Like I feel so alive and ready to take on some stuff.
Yeah, like we used to take our, we have some family friends and they were my age, but then like the parents had some younger kids and we would every year take them out trick-or-treating. And then I remember one year saying that, going, man, I'm too old for this. Like walking around in a costume, asking for candy at the door. Like, this is some weird shit. This is, I'm out of here. But other than that, I don't think I'm too old to do anything yet. Because like you said, I still feel pretty young. Even, I reckon when we're 45, we're still going to feel young as all hell. Like Gary Vee is always saying, he's like, man, I got the same energy. I've got the same energy now as I did when I was, 25. It's just that people slow down themselves.
Well, people freak out too. I think like, and this is a good thing for magicians too. They all think that like, oh, I've got to get good. Like if my career doesn't kick off when I'm, in my 20s, it'll never happen. And it's like, man, I don't think you realize how many magicians, they never surface until they're like 40 or 50. Like it's their prime years. Like Josh and I aren't even in our prime yet. Like your prime comes when you're like 50 and you've been doing magic for 30 years and you know what I mean? And you've got all that skill and it's all muscle memory. Like everything's a muscle memory. And like Doug's a prime example of it, man. He's been doing magic for like damn near 40 years now or something. And he's got that guy's all muscle memory.
And he's still improving, like he's still this
improving,
year
still learning,
doing
scripting,
social media, doing content. Now he's just launched his YouTube Join program. He's
great
still
value,
going
by
up.
the way.
Great
value. If you guys are looking for some like quality lessons, he teaches you the color changing knife routine, which you've probably seen on both mine and his channels. And he just gives it to you. He's just giving it to you. I got it from Doug. I got that routine from Doug from his book, The Tricks of My Trade.
What a guy.
The write-up. I got the write-up and I learned it and it's a great routine. And I can't believe he's just giving it away for 99 cents or whatever it is, $1.99, something like that. It's crazy to me. Crazy.
Yeah. I think he's smart, Giving more value than what you're paying for. That's what he's doing.
Which is what that's what you should do in everything, but it's still great. Mm-hmm. Doug is astounding. Yeah. That's why I'm going to kill him and assume his life.
I also look forward to that day when
me, man.
Doug
impresses me.
Yeah, he's a machine, and he's always so willing to jump on every podcast, jump on every Zoom hangout, and
let's be honest, he is a magic guy, right?
Oh, for sure. That's why he's in the logo. And that'll be a glorious moment too when we all. I'm sure he's going to Magic Live next year when we all get to meet up in the flesh. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
like all 3 of us.
Have you already booked to go to Magic Live?
No, they have only. I don't even know if they released the tickets for next year. They've started advertising that it will be released soon, but it's not just yet. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on that, man. I gotta go. I gotta go to Vegas. I'll bring my wife.
Yeah, man.
Bring my wife. Check out those dealer tables, man. Oh man, imagine if I can't believe we missed it before. I want to go to the Blackpool convention too. That'd be sick.
Yeah, Both of them. I'd love to go to Blackpool one day. Magic Live is just, it's, oh man, you just have to assume you're not going to sleep because it starts in the morning and then at night everyone's jamming and they're either in the bar with just like the most amazing musicians all there just jamming and chilling, or you're in like the session room where everyone's sitting at tables that's like the whole table is a close-up pad and you're just like jamming and
you know what I find funny about this profession, just FYI on a side note, is how ridiculous it is. Like, you know, like we're like, oh, how amazing is it that we get to go and jam with these dudes? It's literally grown men playing with like cards and stuff, like, and we're like, all right, this is how we make the most of blah blah blah. You know, it's like it's just so weird. Yeah, such a weird thing to like. I can imagine it. What's Magic Live like? Never been. Well, it's
in a nutshell, it's this. It's basically, think of all the magicians you like watching online. They're there in person. They're all friendly. Then you've got all of the best magic creators that create props and magic are all there showing you all their new stuff. They always will have something that's not available online yet. So you basically get to see all these new toys. And then you've got a room designated to jamming 24 hours. Then you've got a vending machine for cards. So if you run out of cards, you can go and buy a new Tally-Ho deck from the vending machine. And like on top of that, you're in Vegas. So like the casino tables are on the ground
Strip
floor.
Clubs, boys.
And they curate the best magic to show you. They have a gala night and you go and basically watch a theater production and they curate the best acts in the world to come and perform. And that's Magic Live. So it's worth coming.
It's an experience. I think if you're like a budding magician or a serious magician or whatever, you just got to go, right? It's one of those things you got to do at least once. You got to do it at least once. It's like similar to being a busker and never going to a fringe festival. You know what I mean? Like you got to go and do it. Otherwise, you're just missing out, right?
Yeah, it's just.
But it's fun. I'm super keen. Yeah, I can't wait to hang out with Doug. I imagine that it'll be quite the trip for all of us.
Yeah. Do we all get the Magic Guy tattoos? Something.
Yeah, man, I'll get TMG tattooed on my ass. Josh, I dare you. That'd be your first tattoo. I dare you. Go on.
I'll get the T. I'll get the T. You get the M, and he gets the G.
And then he'll have a G spot.
Oh shit. That's funny.
Nah, we'll get one of those, like, those tattoos where you get it in here, like the 52 playing cards tattoo, but like it'll just be TMG across the finger there or something.
Yeah.
I'll have to get one done, Josh. It has to be done. We're brothers for life now.
Well, I do plan to get at least one tattoo in my life, and I always thought it would be somewhere like Vegas or New York or somewhere where I'm traveling that I'd get it. Just to make it more interesting. So
this summer, Josh gets a tattoo on his ass.
I think the funniest thing I remember seeing in Vegas was for Magic Live. There's a guy named Bo Kramer. Jace, you know Bo? Have you?
No.
So, okay. Bo Kramer, he creates magic. He consulted for Dynamo a lot. But he's a really loose cannon. Like, he's a funny guy. And he was hanging out with, because you do a lot of your networking when you're at Magic Live, because that's when everyone's actually there. And him and a bunch of guys like Ollie Mealing. No, there's a bunch of guys that you would know their names. They all went out. And then in the morning, I got up to go to the session and Bo Kramer was coming back. Like, he had not gone to sleep yet. And while he was out, he got a bloody butterfly tramp stamp on his back. It's just like, I was like, what the hell? That's there forever. He's like, yeah, man.
You only live once, man. No, you can get it lasered off. It's nothing's permanent anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's where that video went. God.
Yeah. David,
I've been talking about a TMG finger tap for a while. Yeah, get it. I dare you. You won't.
Don't dare
get it and send us a photo. Do it.
Oh, man. No, what about maybe instead of having TMG, maybe it should be the word "flul" that we get tattooed, because only podcasters would know what flul is. You know what I'm saying?
And then we got this tattoo on us for the rest of our life that says "flul." No Rugrats.
Yeah.
You know what I do want to get? I do want to get a tattoo done soon, actually. And this is definitely like a Casey Neistat inspiration thing, but I do want to get like the work harder tattoo. you know, where you just have it somewhere that's like you always kind of see, and it just says work harder because, man, you need to, that constant reminder. You know, there was this thing. There was this thing that says like a success. What is it? An unsuccessful person does a day of hard work and then thinks that they should be successful, and then a successful person works as hard as they possibly can and are still concerned that maybe they're not working hard enough.
I can see that. One? Yeah, I can see that for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I swear I'm in that mindset now. I swear I'm just like, I never feel like I've done enough. Like I got to do more.
Which is great. It's kind of that mentality where people think they can go hard and fast at something and be successful, not long and consistent. And I see that with magicians sometimes. You know, you hear the magician go, "All right, I'm going to commit. I'm going to call like every restaurant in the city this week. I'm going to make it as a full-time magician." And you're like,
yeah, they do it for a week and then
you're like, good luck, buddy. And this has happened. And Jason and I know this person, but they said that. And then they were like, it was like super hard and fast. They're like, yeah, I got a radio interview. I'm like, and they're like posting online saying, oh, I'm looking for someone to be an assistant to book gigs. You'll get 10% of every gig that I make and blah, 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 blah. And then 2 weeks later, they said, the market's too saturated. It's too hard to get gigs. Yeah. Like, God damn.
Yeah, there's plenty of work for everyone. You know, you can have like
there's so much work,
magicians in one country, and there's still plenty of work. Like, you know, it's not, you know, the market is so undersaturated, if you ask me. And
I'm actually struggling to find magicians to do gigs. Like I am away,
they're all busy.
And like I've broken this down before in a lecture, but the real simple sentence of it is like, if every venue that has entertainment, you know, there are corporate events and private parties happening almost every day.
Now, there's one going on.
Absolutely. Now, let's only say that, you know, because every venue also has multiple rooms. Like they'll have 3 function rooms. So I worked it out, and just in our city, like Brisbane and Gold Coast, there's at least there's at least 100 venues, and there's way, way more, but let's say there's only 100. Well, let's say they're having an event only 5 days of that week, but they have 2 venue rooms at least. So that's 2 a week. So that's like, wow, God damn it. So that's like 200. That's, no, it's more than that, isn't it? What did I say? 100 times 10. So that's 1,000 events at bare minimum happening every week. And let's say there's, you know, even if there was 100 working magicians, no one's covering 10 gigs a week. Like, you know what I mean? So like we're not even to the level of what could be, because the more magicians that are doing good magic promotes the more magic gigs that start appearing, because people.
And it has become better lately, getting gigs and stuff, because of the fact that I guess the quality of magic and entertaining is going up. Right?
Yeah,
like pretty consistently. The other thing is as well, I mean, it's similar to like what I've always done, where people say like, oh, aren't you worried that everyone might see you? Like, you know, everyone's seeing you now doing your street performing and stuff like that.
You would,
and I always say to them, I say, in Brisbane alone, which is one of the smaller cities, right? There's about 3 million people that live here, right? And then let's say I do a show, and on average I pull in like, let's say I'm doing big shows consistently. 200 people are watching me every day, and I'm doing 6 of these in a day, right? That's still only 1,200 people, which means that in a year I won't have even cracked. I wouldn't even have cracked like 500,000, you know, like, and then that doesn't take into account when tourists were here, and you get the 100. What is it? What was it? It works out to be about almost 1 million tourists circulate through a city a year, which means that now I've got. I'm not even reaching 500,000, and there's 1 million new people that are still coming through already. So how am I going to run out of, like, there'll be people that will see me twice, but I'm never going to run out.
Yeah.
And that's like the same as these gigs, right? Like there's 3 million people in this city, and we live in a small place, man. Australia's a really small country in terms of population.
Yeah.
And that's still so many people though. That is so many people.
I mean, think of Penn and Teller's show and Copperfield show in Vegas. It's the same show they're doing, 10 times a week for the last 20 years, probably longer. And they still, have sellout shows because you're never going to get through everyone. And then even if some people are repeat, it's because they've come back because they want to see you again. So
I think this is like most magicians need to take a moment to really put things in perspective. like a perspective. Like in the whole grand scheme of things, like we're not even a blip in the world, man. Magicians aren't even a blip. We're nothing. Like you can't even like quantify it, man. We're just the work's out there. If you want it, you got to get it. You know, like it was like what I said. It's like another thing where I was saying, like, if you want to be like the best magician in the world, you got to be better than me and Josh, right? And we're not even the best magicians in the world. You know, like, you got to you just got to put the work in, find a way to do it. There's always going to be competition, but I don't even think there's enough competition that even if you were a bad magician, I still feel like you could get a good amount of work, you know, like.
As long as you have the right, as long as you have the right things in place, like the right mindset and the willingness to like have an abundant mindset and help other magicians, because it's other magicians that are going to give you work when they're busy and vice versa. And that's what helps, like, because the saying that goes along with what we're saying is like, instead of trying to keep as much of the pie to yourself, you're better off helping everyone, which makes the pie grow. So each slice actually becomes bigger instead of just trying to grab the gigs that are currently there, like stealing another person's residency or whatever.
You guys want to see someone that lives by their words? I remember in 2019, this magician walked out on Australia's Got Talent. And he said, they said, what would it mean if you won Australia's Got Talent? And he said, his response was great. He said, for me, it would be life-changing. But I think for a magician to do well is good for all of us. And I can't remember that magician's name. It was some balding guy. I think it was, what was his name? Josh, I think it was. Josh Norbito.
Yeah, it was either him or Apollo. Him or Apollo was one of them.
Well, it was true, right? It's such a true thing. Like, if like you go on Australia's Got Talent as a magician and you do well, I mean, Shin Lim is a proof of that, right? Like he crushed it, and now because of that, magic is, I guess you could say, cool in recent years. Like it's cool again, you know? Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Bob made a good point. So I have to be able to do a double backflip flicker shot that I catch with my mouth to be the best magician in the world. That is correct. We've set the bar high.
That's pretty standard, bro. Come on. You don't do a double backflip flicker shot? Weak. Yeah. You're weak.
Like, what are you doing with your life, man? Yeah. Anyway.
There's there's some definitely good notable things to take from this podcast, I think, definitely, in terms of you can't run at things hard and fast. You also have to think about sustainability. Like, magic is a funny art form, and you can practice every day, and that's great. But you can burn out from practicing. But you can reach a point. I know that I reached a point in like a few years back where I hated the idea of learning magic. I hated it. Like I was still doing magic because I love performing, but I hated the idea of learning new stuff. I thought everything that hit the market was trash. I didn't feel the need to want to learn anything. I just hated it. It would be like a chore, like a magician would try and show me the thing that he's working on. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to. I don't want to see more magic. Right? Just stop. And then now I'm in the zone where I'm just running at it hard, man. I love it. Learning everything, buying everything. Whew. Got so many decks of cards. I don't even know what to do with my life anymore.
That's the way. It's a good time to be alive. It's good stuff. Jace, thanks for joining me today. It was a pleasure. Doug, I hope you're out in Vegas living it up. And
get sloshed.
Yeah, we'll see everyone again for the Patreon episode. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. And take care. Anything you want to add, Jace?
See ya.
Thanks for listening. It's time for us to disappear now. But we'll see you again on the next episode of The Magic Guys.